Hi, my name is Tashina Lowry, and I'm the founder of the SAHM movement, founded in 2012 to help moms become powerful, successful, and wealth conscious. I'm also a consciousness life coach and entrepreneur. CEO Sam to my sons, Brendan and Christian, who are my best friends and business partners. And I do all that I do around them or with them because being there to raise them is my top priority. Now, alongside those priorities is my duty to serving the moms that I love so much. You see, I grew up in poverty and abuse by default of the way my environment and family lived. I mean, we moved a lot and stability was not a part of my life till my early 20s. And I was taken away from my mother when I was 9 years old and placed in a group home where my siblings were. Then I made the choice to be legally placed in the care of my eldest brother. And I was there till around the age of 16 where I left by choice and ventured out into the world. All of my life I've had to make choices from within because there was no one to teach me better, because no one around me knew better. No one knew how to reprogram themselves to become wealthy and break the generational curses, as it is commonly called. Poverty, lack, struggle, welfare, food stamps, crime, drugs were all normal. I mean, after all, we had to survive. Pawn shops and peer-to-peer street buying was normal. Debt and negative bank accounts was all a part of it. Eating from the gas station sweet food selection and fast food was as fancy as I can recall it was as a child, because there was no money, or so our parents thought, for more than that. I began studying life for myself around 18, leaving behind 3 years of trouble I got mixed up in, and more kids my age repeating these behaviors as we all grew up with. And just like at the age of 9, I knew that low vibrational living was not for me. There had to be something better, is what I felt. And at the age of 18, I had my first dose of wealth. I received an annuity from when I was hit by a car at the age of 5 years old. Now, that money was enough to buy a really nice house paid in full, and yet I blew through it in less than 6 months and had nothing to show for it. Why? Well, consciously I wanted it to last, but my brain wasn't programmed for wealth, so my actions aligned with what I knew as life, poverty. At 20, I owned my life choices and followed my passion for advocacy and law, and I decided to go to college for paralegal studies. And from the ages 20 to 22, I immersed myself in the study of wealth, among other subjects. And when I went to college, my mindset was set on a new world, a world of abundance. And that world for me was in Orlando, Florida, where I reside to this day. And I found it, but it would not be for another 8 years that I would master it for myself. You see, in my former marriage, I saw wealth creation on another level and have gained invaluable life experiences pertaining to entrepreneurship and family wealth. From the past 8 years, going on 9, I have, with the help of no one but books, internal growth, experiences, action, and conscious choices, successfully and powerfully reprogrammed myself to be wealth conscious, and currently have a conscious cash flow portfolio that will aid my family and I to expand on our wealth now and forevermore for generations to come, using the Rockefeller method of wealth creation. I made a commitment in 2012 to the stay-at-home mom community that I would bring the knowledge and wisdom that have enabled history's most powerful, greatest, and richest to achieve all that they have. In this masterclass is very much a part of that commitment. And although these classes serve many other people, like the entrepreneurs of my other businesses, the group of people that need it the most are moms. We raise the future. We hold the love of a man in our children. We are the original small business owners and lead our family year after year, day after day, keeping it together. I understand and applaud you, especially single moms. But regardless of your title before mom, this is a custom, passionate, and exclusive wealth consciousness class just for you. Now, let me be very clear so there's no mistake in what I'm about to say. I say this with precision and love because we need to hear these words. It is not okay to be broke, poor, or live in struggle and lack. It is not okay to live stressed out or think how we're going to make it in life financially. It is not okay to put our financial burdens on our partners, kids, and the economy. It is not okay to not be wealthy, point blank and period. Wealth is not money. Wealth is the master mind or brain that knows what to do with it, why, and when. The only reason a human being is not wealthy is because of their programming. The brain, especially if the conscious mind agrees or does nothing about it, will perpetuate lack-life circumstances. Worst off is if it goes to our kids and we do not know better by prime example. Wealth, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship is not taught in many public schools, and if it's not taught in public schools, then you, dear mom, do not know it, then who is teaching it to your kids? College? You mean the same institution that will give your child or you the only debt that you cannot be forgiven and must be paid? The 4 to 10 years of your child's key years, 20s, that will go to learn a broad spectrum of information when they only need a fraction of that to be financially free and wealthy forever with action? What we need didn't exist for us, which is why I have and continue to devote my life to making sure that we have what we need to become wealth conscious for ourselves, our partnerships, marriage, kids, and community. Now, before I get into what the masterclass is, I want to announce that $10 of every ticket for the rest of the year will go to the Helping Hand Ministry. I must say that out of all the pivotal points in my life, getting the chance to be adopted enabled me to begin to see a world outside of poverty consciousness. From a deep level, I support this nonprofit, and last year I donated $750 and watched firsthand what Elizabeth did to bless the lives of the kids she serves. I am committed to being a part of her future efforts, and thank you in advance for being a part of it as well with the purchase of your ticket. Now, please hear me when I say I understand. Poverty consciousness may have been what you and I were born into, but it doesn't have to stay that way, and it is not an excuse to. What makes up wealth consciousness? How do we reprogram ourselves to become this way? What is poverty consciousness? How can you do it at this stage and age in your life? I, as a consciousness life coach and wealth consciousness advocate and teacher, present to you a candid portrait of how poverty consciousness destroys finances and families. I will passionately showcase the best ways to reprogram yourself to become wealth conscious for now and forevermore. All devoted to guiding you on the path of wealth creation consciously. Some of these strategies are my own, and others are directly from the wealthiest in our country and the experts. All are entrepreneurs committed to serving, teaching, and leading the way to real wealth for the people. I reveal the immutable and unwavering 3 principles every human being has to work with and must work with and have an alignment to go from poverty consciousness to wealth consciousness. This is the most valuable, original, and passionate presentation you will ever view on wealth consciousness. Undoubtedly, the best place to be to become the master of your money. In addition to this approximately 1.5 to 2 hour passionate webinar, you will receive my Conscious Cash Flow Portfolio, a wealth conscious playbook that uniquely helps you realign and redefine your wealth consciousness and creation, and is available immediately upon webinar purchase. Now, to get your tickets to this on-demand webinar and receive a valuable cash flow playbook and portfolio, head on over to tashinalowry.com. To view more about the Helping Hand Ministry of Central Florida, link will be in the description box. We appreciate your contribution in advance with every purchase of a Wealth Consciousness Masterclass ticket, and I want to say thank you, as it will go to the foster care kids of Central Florida.